We switch to the second slide already, that's good. I'm here to talk about Appweevr. Appweevr is an analytics platform that's designed for publishers and advertisers, for data-driven publishers and advertisers that want to make sense and monetize user participation. Okay, what we give them is content insights and user segmentations based on the participation. Not based on clicks, not based on views, not based on events, but on actual participation on content. And the way we do that is by using our own proprietary semantic technology to measure the participation of registered users. These are not users that just pass through the site. What we see here is typically what happens. Our solution lives with the publisher. It doesn't live on the social networks or outside of the publisher. So when in the middle, what we see is a typical publisher site. They have content. That content is commented upon, or there's participation on that comment, and that participation brings its own set of actions and community actions. What we develop from this participation, we use our proprietary technology with natural language processing and semantics to extract the key terms, the entities, the brand names, or whatever it may be, to develop content insights and categorizations, which we currently categorize based on IAB, Quality Assurance Guidelines Standards for Advertising. Okay, additional metadata information, and on the other side, what we see is the user information we extract, which is separated in 4 specific categories, which is the user identity. We know who the user is. We build a profile for the user. The engagement that the content generates for that user. The influence that user has based on their participation, and how their sentiment is towards the actual content that was being developed. There's additional performance that we generate based on the discussion. The important thing to note here is that for a publisher, the way we've developed the technology is that because it's API-based, there's minimal to no integration effort depending on the toolset that they use. And from their perspective, it's infinitely scalable, which means there's no scalability problems because the way we use semantics is not in the typical sense of trying to have to analyze everything based on errors, margin errors, and so on and so forth. We use very specific actions by where we build the semantic model that we use.
45 seconds left.
Okay, so what we give a publisher is content engagement, and this is an event-based subscription financial model. Depending on the amount of community they have and interaction they have, we get a subscription, and we give them categories. They understand their content, and they can predict what to do in the future. And what we do with the user segmentation, this is a CPM, CTR user-based financial model, is we give them user segments on interest, engagement, influence, and sentiment. This is what they use to then push to ad servers or market research firms. Thank you.
Well done. Yeah, I know. You did really well. Well done. Well done. Okay. Judges.
What's the language dependency of
The language dependency currently is English because we're addressing the US market initially, but the platform is designed to be to have an intermittent layer for language, for being language agnostic, as long as we can integrate with the libraries for